This is a Samurai 8 hachimaruden review, and basically, this is not a worth read, to be honest. It's a waste of time, and mainly was because it was due to the fact that it got scrapped, and the ending was pretty much rushed. So it kind of makes it a bad read with only 42 chapters out. So it's kind of pointless to read it anyway. But I would have said it looks slightly promising in my eyes at the beginning. I could definitely see it going somewhere, and I didn't expect them to scrap it so early, considering Kishimoto made Naruto, so he's quite a big household name. So I thought they'd give him more of a leverage and more time for his show to succeed. But I guess 42 chapters is quite a long time, considering how poor the sales were. But I'm surprised how poor the sales were, to be honest, considering it is Naruto, the Naruto's creator's second work, which he teased way back when he finished Naruto. He said he'd work on a sci-fi show, so he's had a long time to think about the how this show was going to be and everything. But nevertheless, you know, it got the axe. So yeah, the last few chapters completely rushed the story, and yeah, it covered too much content. I could definitely see that he had planned to do the stuff in the last few chapters over a lot more time, and pace it out a bit more. But his hands got forced, so I don't blame him for what he did. But it definitely ruined the story, and it was not a worthwhile read. But let's talk about some of the things. All right, in terms of the story, it was quite yeah, it was all right. I did enjoy the concept of the story. So he's a samurai and he needs to save the universe. Quite cliche, but he has to go around finding keys to I think was it to unlock the box? Yeah, but it turns out he's the box himself. So that would have been a cool plot twist if it was if the payoff was actually good. But character wise, I did enjoy Hachimaru's character. Being this like shut in nerd who's socially awkward. It was quite interesting to see how he interacts with people, and especially him and Anne had a little moment, which I thought was quite cool, where they learn a bit more about each other and they communicate their feelings, which he obviously sucks at, and that was pretty cool. Uh, and I quite enjoyed his master and sensei relationship as well. I thought that was quite genuine and it was developed quite well. But apart from that, I didn't. There was a lot of things I didn't enjoy with the story, such as I didn't like the power system at all, and especially the way it was introduced, because he introduced it with an info dump at the beginning, and it was too complex too quickly, and I'm guessing that turned a lot of fans off, to be honest, at the beginning. And it was hard. It took me a while to fully grasp what the power system was and how it worked with the whole holders stuff and everything. So yeah, but I thought it was a decent power system, but I did not enjoy how everyone didn't die. So I felt like that was basically they were overpowered too quickly, in the sense there was no real threat of danger, with the fact that none of these samurais could actually die because they all regenerate. And we see Hachimaru get cut a million times, gets decapitated and stuff like that. And it's just normalized in a sense, so it's like, where is the danger in that? There's no like real risk. So I didn't enjoy that aspect of samurai, of the samurai, and and I thought the power scaling in the show was too OP too quickly, as we saw like Planet Buster levels already in like chapter 11. So that kind of escalated really quickly, because if you compare it to his Naruto work, in the beginning it was very grounded, because there were teens, and you could see the limitations in their abilities and stuff like that, and there was a sense of realism, and the damage they took was actual damage. But I guess he wanted to do something a bit different, which ended up failing. So I didn't enjoy that regeneration aspect of the powers. So I thought the power scaling was really bad, and mm, where the story went in the end, I gotta say it was really terrible. It was just too rushed, but what can I do? That's just how business is, I guess. But I quite enjoyed the art style of how everything looked. It was pretty interesting with the whole little free form in, and the designs were quite nice as well. And I could definitely see some of his previous works as one of the samurais looked like Hashirama, and the one looked like Hidan. But I guess that's just because the same artist has a certain style he draws things. So that was pretty cool to see. But I definitely enjoyed Kishimoto's artwork in this show. I got canned, to be honest. And can we talk about how Hachimaru went from this disabled 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 boy who was like attached to so many machines, he couldn't live without that machine, and and his dad had to look after him, and he just used to play games all day. And then that's how this manga starts, and he ends up being some form of god who's transcended his human what's it called, human physical essence, and is enlightened and stuff. And I don't know. So that transition, I don't know, that transition was crazy. But yeah, this is what Hachimaru was. There was not much, and it was just a little blip, and definitely a failure from Kishimoto. I didn't expect him to fail so soon, considering how big of a name he was, and how long Naruto went for anyway. But it failed, and what can you do? So I would say this is definitely a waste of time and not worth a read. So I've definitely wasted my time reading all of this. But yeah, because it was Kishimoto, I gave it a chance, and I did not enjoy it. But what more can I say? Bye.